Okay, you lot, so today we will be talking a bit more about rifts, right? And particularly I'm gonna be talking about monster games, right? And especially how to beat a specific rift called Hunting Party, right? I will make a video on a monster chase in probably like the next day, right? So stay tuned for that if you're interested for that raid guide as well. But for today we are mostly focusing on Hunt Party. In my opinion, this is one of the harder ones. Monster Chase is definitely one of the easier rifts compared to the other two, right? So for Hunting Party, the premise of this one, there are 10 bosses and you need to quickly kill all 10 of them in 2 minutes if you want to complete all of the jobs, right? And I'll be explaining you a bit about the strategy that we used to do this, right? We made it in a pre-made group, we coordinated everything, because trust me, if you are going with randoms, this raid is probably gonna be impossible in 2 minutes, right? So I'll showcase you the strategy, all of the coordination, the builds that we have used, and how we beat it. Let's go! Okay, so I'll skip to the end screen because this is the only moment where I do showcase the build of all 4 people you see here on the screen. But yeah, as you can see, all of us are already at Elite Hunter level, because before you hit Elite Hunter level, you will be lacking a lot of gear that can make this a bit easier, because here's the deal, right? You are hunting a lot of bosses, and in a lot of bosses you may have to solo them yourself, right? So you do need to have a solid build in order for this to work. And even then, these runs are super RNG, right? You can have like fully maxed out people and they will still fail to beat it because the boss placement might be a little random, right? So don't worry if you have this build or even stronger and you are failing. Just try to restart a bit, right? We made a solid build and then we restarted for like at least 10 attempts in order to just get the boss RNG correctly, right? But yeah, when it comes to the builds, here's what we are running. First of all, for the weapon, you must run Squid Blaze. The reason for this is, first of all, it's amazing single target damage, but on top of that, you also need the invisibility from it, right? Because your goal is to kill the boss quickly and then walk around the map uninterrupted in order to find the next one. If you're just fighting every random minion that spawns along the way, you're gonna be taking forever, right? On top of that, a lot of us took the vitamin shot, as well as this new gadget here, for what its name is, right? Let me just quickly check what that name is. It is unlocked later on in one of the dojos, I believe, in the Elite Hunter maps. So yeah, it's called a really cool sticker. It's essentially like another boosted vitamin, but just without healing, and it doubles your basic attack damage, right? So vitamin and sticker, you can run one, you can run both of them, that's up to you. And the second gadget we ran, all of us I believe, was the boombox. This one is used mostly because it has a low cooldown as well as good AoE damage for the bosses, right? So if you see some sort of a minion around the boss, you can quickly do some damage to it and stun it at the same time, so it does not interrupt you killing the boss, right? For passives, Vampire Teeth is gonna be pretty much a required one, because you do need to sustain. Remember, you are fighting a boss 1v1 usually, so you do want to have sustain. Vitamin shot plus passive teeth will be more than enough if you are at higher level. And for the other passives, you really are looking into basic attack damage passives. So Unstable Lightning and Unstable Beam both boost damage if you are hitting a single target by a lot. And for Smart Rings, if you have them unlocked, usually I would recommend to go both rings that boost basic attacks. So basically Warrior's Ring and Precision Ring, which will boost weapon attack speed, weapon damage, and weapon critical rate. And for the third one, that's up to you. I, for example, went with passive critical chance. I can see this person went with passive damage, right? So that one is up to you, but passive boosting damage is really good in here, because a lot of the damage will come from your passive, right? Gadgets are not going to be important because The only gadget that does damage here is Boombox. The really cool sticker actually counts as a weapon damage, so a gadget damage wouldn't boost it at all, right? And yeah, as you can see, the build very similar for a lot of us. This one, instead of the Boombox Snow Globe, I believe this person said that he did it because he usually fights crowds of enemies, or if in case there are like 2 or 3 bosses at a specific point. But yeah, you do want to have a little bit of AoE damage, but the rest of them you can see is pretty similar, right? Then for my build, yeah, I used Pepper instead of the really cool sticker. I tried with the real cool sticker, didn't really work for me. The rest, as you can see, is pretty much the same as well. And this last person, again, Boomstick, actually pretty similar build to mine, except he didn't have smart rings and he had a little bit more healing. But this person is lower level, so it is understandable as he needs a bit more sustain, right? Okay, now let's run into the strategy, and I'll explain how we sort of like split apart and showcase the run itself. Okay, so I stopped the video, and this is the frame that I really want to explain, right? The way we did it, right? We essentially, the map has 4 sides and we all split into one side. The reason for this is you cannot walk this raid as a group if you are trying to go for a sub 2 time, because you simply won't have enough time to both kill the bosses you meet along the way, as well as wipe the whole map if you are all walking in a group of 4, right? Even in groups of 2, like 2 groups of 2, you might have some trouble because the map is a little larger and you still need some time to clear all of the waves, right? So yeah, ideally what I would recommend is, first of all, designate one of the sides for each player. So for example, you can say that 4 people will go, one of them will go bottom left, bottom right, top left and top right. And as soon as the game starts, you all walk in that direction, you do a little loop in that direction, and if you do not find any enemies in your side, or if you kill all the enemies, you go to the other side on the same, how can you call it? Let's say someone is top left and someone is top right. If the person in top left clears everything before the time runs out, he moves to top right, right? And vice versa, if the person in top right leaves, he can go help top left. This way, you know that 2 people are currently clearing all of the top side. If both of you go to each other's side and don't fight anything, you know that all of the bosses are at the bottom. And then you can go through the middle after you meet in the middle, right? And go to the side where both of the players are present. Because if both of the players are on the same side at the bottom, most likely they are fighting something like 2 or 3 bosses at once. Trust me, it happened for us. If you die with squid blades, right, and then you revive, the bosses will continuously chase the next person that was there, right? And we even had a stack of 6 bosses at one spot, so you don't really want to do that, because with squid blades it's gonna be really hard to kill. But yeah, designate each side to each other, do a little loop, then go to the next side and slowly clear the raid this way, right? Now let's showcase the run itself and we'll see how we did, right? Okay, so we are gonna showcase the run right now. This is the winning run that we got 1 minute and 57 in. So as you can see, as soon as the game starts, I instantly go to the top left. For top left, it's really simple, right? There's a really small loop you have to go through the 2 bridges, right? So I encountered this one. Somehow I got lucky and did a critical hit on the first Squid Blades hits, which pretty much chunked like a third of the boss's HP. But yeah, you go through the bridge, you go through this little loop right here, and you meet towards the middle. I was lucky enough to meet 2 bosses along the way, right? If you don't meet a lot of bosses on your way, you might meet multiple bosses on your other persons, like your friend's side, right? So as you can see, I have cleared my side fully. I now am going to the top right of the map, right? And you can see the person in the top right is currently fighting a boss. So I'm gonna help out with the boss, right? Because I have nothing on my side left. So we kill this boss, we'll kill the corrupt spirit in here. So this person most likely had either 3 or 4 bosses on their side, which means that they simply had to take more time to deal with it, right? You can see boombox in effect, right? Even if those additional little monsters try to die at you, you can just stun them. You don't even have to kill them, just stun them to delay their attacks a bit. Try to get into your invisibility phase, and yeah, at this moment you can see that we wiped the whole top left and top right, which means all of the bosses, the maining, will have to be at the bottom, right? And at this point, I went to the bottom left, which was a good option because I saw that the other person went bottom right, and if we didn't go bottom left, we may have lost this because you can see this is the last boss. The timer is at 157, which only had us left a few seconds, right? So if we didn't join those, like if it didn't jump bottom left, we may have failed this run, but yeah, as you can see, we managed to somehow succeed. It took us a lot of attempts, I'm not gonna lie, right? We tried for at least half an hour in this raid, right? And yeah, we managed to somehow do it. Very happy about it because by far I think this was the most difficult raid, or rift rather, before you hit the elite program. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, hope this guide helps you out a bit when trying to beat this in a sub 2-minute time. And yeah, peace.